Welcome back to the fourth episode of the TZ Podcast. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors and everybody who listens and just supports our brand. And today we just like to get right into it. We're going to be talking about our hobbies and music and just some things that shape us and things that we like to do in our free time. So
who's going first?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's decide here. Who's going first?
I don't know. What have you guys been up to?
Eric.
What are you, Eric? What have you been up to?
Busy with the college stuff, obviously. I'm pretty sure all of us have, but getting ready for college. I mean, you guys have to move in and stuff. I got that all figured out. I'm staying at home still, so it's just more getting like all my textbooks and make sure I have everything for the next year coming up, which isn't really hard, I guess, but like it's still kind of, time consuming, and I got to just a lot of double checking. I just want to do it right. So that's been consuming a lot of my time currently. But recently, Parker knows this actually, but I got back into rifle shooting. And me and Parker went out the other day, and I bought a brand new rifle, and we've been shooting recently, and I got hooked instantly. And
What rifle did you buy?
A Ruger. I mean, this is probably going to be a different language to you guys, but it's a Ruger American long-range target.
What does it shoot?
It's a 22 long rifle, which some people are kind of like thrown off by it, but there is like a growing popularity in Rimfire League. And there is a National Rimfire League that I joined, and every second Saturday of the month, these guys like meet up and we shoot targets from 20 yards all the way to 200 yards in different varying positions and all that. And it's very lax, and it's very kind of just like, it's like a cars and coffee. Like you go out there, you kind of talk to everyone, and then you go up there, you shoot, and then you move on. And it's almost like a social aspect that I'm really like into it. And it's a cheap hobby. Like the rifle wasn't cheap, but the ammo is like $6 a box, which is which is nice through college because, I've got money to spend on other things. So that's more important. But that's been eating a lot of my time as of now. And I've been going out once a day at least, going to the range and kind of just like, I'll be testing ammos, or I'll be like, oh, the wind's, blowing this way. Let's practice with the wind drift, or okay, it's velocities and all that. And it's a lot of number crunching, but it's kind of my niche, and I kind of like it. So that's what I've been hooked on.
Yeah, that was sweet. I don't know, but I really enjoyed it. We definitely all have to go out sometime. But
Yes.
We need
I want to take
day.
you eventually, but me and Parker went out. It was just like a spur of the moment thing. Parker was free, and we just like, all right, let's just go. And we went early in the morning, and we had a blast. It was
for sure.
It was so fun.
Rifle shooting's fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, currently, I guess I'll just talk about myself now. Is what I've been up to. So I just finished 2 weddings. I think we had a podcast before this, so I'm going to mention that. But in the meantime, I've been just working on developing Capture Life Studio as an actual LLC now.
Awesome.
So we got that made, and then I applied for our EIN. That's kind of the steps you need to do, which is your tax. And then now we're working on setting up our business bank accounts. What we're doing is setting up multiple, so then we can if we get a paycheck in, let's say it's $1,000.
Sure.
Let's say I take some of that and put it away, just a business bank account, just for taxes, just for owner's pay, just for expenses, and one just for profit. So I can use that for building the business even more, So I figured that was the right way to do it. It's what a lot of people suggest doing right away. It just makes it easy because once you get a paycheck in, just divide it, and then that's what you got,
Sure.
So, and not confusing it with your personal finances.
Sure. So do you have like a number of accounts that you have in mind? Like how many? Like
I'm thinking about 6.
6. Okay.
Wow. It's like between 4. Wow. It's between 5 and 6, I think.
Wow.
But yeah. And then other than that, yesterday I just I went down to Fairmont to shoot a video for my uncle's business, Dan's Appliance, that he recently acquired. So that was kind of fun. And then we went over to my grandparents' house, which they live in Fairmont too, and we shot like a car video for them because what I'm going to do, or car video and photos, because what I'm going to do is take those and talk to people from car shows and see if they want to have me come out and take pictures.
Sure.
Because I find that niche interesting because my grandpa's always been a car guy. My dad's a car guy, so it's kind of right in my alley.
Cool.
But I mean, it's like older people that have just spending money, and they love to.
Security.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
And
Second
just
child.
love to show. Yeah, just love to show their cars and stuff. So I mean, I'd love to do stuff like that.
Awesome. So I'm gonna back you up a little bit. So for the Dan's Appliance, what kind of stuff did you shoot? Did you just shoot like pictures, or did you do?
Kelsey came with. She shot photos. I kind of just did like an overview, so like just kind of showcasing a few different parts of it.
Sure.
Then this video is basically just an overview of what it is.
Sure. So almost like a trailer.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool.
Just very short, like 30-second.
Brief, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just kind of touching all the bases. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
equipped with music and a voiceover.
Cool.
So
Cool. So is that done, or are you still working on that?
I shot it yesterday. I haven't had time to dabble in much yet.
Edit
So
and all that. Make sure it's straight.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll have to check that out when it's done.
yeah.
Sounds awesome. Especially that car thing. Let me know how the car thing goes, because I love cars. So, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
If you need any car photography or
Oh my gosh.
video,
I know a
you
heck
where
of
to
a
hit
guy,
me up.
man. Yeah, sheesh. But
Or if any of you guys need anything, definitely hit me up.
yeah, man.
Sure.
Know a guy.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to, Simon?
Not much. I've been working a little bit, and then, I've always been really into fitness and been doing a lot of good work at the gym, and I hit 185 on bench yesterday, and that was pretty easy, so I was pretty happy with that. I failed 205, but my lifelong goal has always been 225.
Sure.
So that's coming. That will be coming soon.
You're climbing. Baby steps are
sir.
still steps forward.
But some things that I've been kind of looking into is, so I play Xbox a lot. You guys both know.
Of course.
I've kind of been looking into streaming. I don't know
Ooh.
really how much that would work. I
Okay.
don't really have a computer, and I'd have to stream through my Xbox.
Okay.
Kind of dabbling in that. But also, I just want to get a computer, because also another thing that I might take up is day trading
Ooh.
with
interesting.
either Forex or stocks. So I'm not really sure what. I'm not too diverse in either one of those, and don't really know that much.
You
but
want to learn more.
These are something. Yeah, these are like possible hobbies. I mean, I know a lot about the stock market. I want to be a financial advisor. You guys already know that, but I kind of want to do more now. In college, I'm going to be pretty busy with sports and school, and I kind of just want a job that I can do on my own time, and I'm very interested in both of those things.
A little side
And
hustle.
so, yeah,
I'm sure some of your professors know about that.
Yeah.
I asked a
more
few
business
last year, and they had really no idea.
Really?
Forex is a really new thing, because I don't know if you guys know what Forex is, but it's
No clue.
trading currencies. So you're trading. You can trade the American dollar. You can trade like the yen, the euro,
Sure.
Australian dollar, or the pound. So they go from levels to levels on the day, and then
Sure.
you buy when it's low and
Yeah,
you sell
you
when it's
play
high.
the exchange rate.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you're not guaranteed to make money, but if you're smart at it, you definitely can.
Sure.
So I'd need a computer for both of those things, and that's something that I'm trying to look into. But as of right now, I've kind of just been getting information about both of them. I mean, streaming, I really don't think many people would watch me right away, obviously.
You got to start
But
somewhere.
yeah, I know.
I can
Damien
hook you
does
up
it.
with the appearance side of it.
Yeah, man. You got a
Hook you up
graphic
with
designer
some-
right here.
Yeah,
Get you set
I've
up.
done that for a few clients, so I mean, I know what to do for that.
That'd be
so.
cool. I'd watch you. So,
Yeah.
but no, stocks is something I definitely want to get into. All my brothers, I'm pretty sure my sister now is all into stocks, and they play the stock market. And I think it's like super interesting, because it's like a hobby that almost like pays for itself,
Yeah, I mean, the
passive
stock
income.
market
Yeah.
is an average return rate of about 7%, and that's through all the ups and downs. And so it's a lot better than your 0.5% in your
In
savings
a
account.
bank, yeah, the interest
So
rate.
really, like, why not? Would you?
Yeah,
do it.
and it's just like it's almost overwhelming, because I've been watching videos and doing research and stuff, and there's just like so much you need to like know and like not know, and like do's and don'ts almost, and it's just like it's almost like scary. It's
I wanted to get into it probably when I was 16 or 15. That's really when I actually was like, you know what? I know like the compounding effect is crazy, so like I need to like put my money
The
in
earlier
now.
you get in, the better.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem was it just kept rising and rising and rising. Like there was really no big dips or anything.
Yeah,
I was waiting to get in, and I was like, it's got to go down. But it
Eventually.
just kept going up.
Did you get in March 23rd? That was when the big drop was.
No, not yet.
that
We
was
need
rough for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, rough, but a very good opportunity.
It was a good opportunity, but
because the stock market it's very stable, so it'll go down, but it usually always comes back up. So when it goes down, a lot of people, so like my family or I personally, I have quite a bit of money in the stock market. All of a sudden, my money goes down, and uneducated people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to lose anymore. I'm going to take it out." But I put more money into the stock market then, because then you get a better buy rate.
It's almost
so it'll be cheaper when you buy it, and so then when it goes back up, you'll have more money than what you did before.
It's like shocking at first, like watching it go down, but really, like if you're smart about it, it didn't
going down is
an
opportunity for you to buy.
It didn't really go down because you're really benefiting from it.
Well, the potential for you to benefit from
and
it.
it's just it snowballs, and you just play the long game for it. So like it's almost like oh no, like but like really like it's like a loss, but you're benefiting from it in the future, in the long run.
Yeah.
Which,
if you guys ever, you guys should invest in the stock market. And in about 4 years, invest with me.
There you go. Because I know a guy. But I heard like I was talking to my brother, and he's thinking like a bunch of stocks are going to go down. Like October time. Like once college kind of gets into full effect. That's it's
really hard to predict.
No one can really predict it, but like he's been playing it for a while, and he's like, it's gonna go down. So like October time, we're gonna like really hit it hard, and he's like, we're gonna really like do it.
It's really hard to predict the stock market. Annually it just goes up, like I said, 7%. But because of COVID right now, I would say for the next year, until there's a vaccine, until
or something,
we have people that have jobs that are secured, that the stock market will be pretty shaky. So.
Sure. And it's just, like no one can predict it. It's up and down and all that. And you could just like, it's kind of just almost like you can get it to such a little percentage, but it's never 100%.
Yeah.
So, but one day, maybe next Jordan Belfort, or wait, no, that's the bad guy, isn't it? It's what's the good, Michael Bloomberg?
Well, Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. There you go. That's
Warren
what I'm thinking. Next Warren Buffett. Maybe.
I think the saying is, when times are like tough, like during pandemics and stuff, that's when millionaires are made. When people take full advantage of it. Like my philosophy is, if I can get my company and everything running right now in the worst times, once things
back to
pick up, then
business will be booming.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if you guys know the story, but there's this UPS driver working UPS his whole life, and one of his friends convinced him to invest 20% of his annual pay into the stock market, and he made like $14,000. And this is back in the 1900s. And so, that's not a lot of money back then, but it's not like dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And he was just like, well, I can't really do that. And he goes, well, listen, if the government taxes you 20%, you're going to pay it, and you're going to learn how to live. So he did that for 50 years. And after those 50 years, after putting 20% of his annual income in, which 20% of 14 is $2,500, not that much. And he made $77 million by the time he was retired.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
So the effect of the compound interest that the stock market has is crazy. That's why I'm so fascinated by it.
That's what I want to get into.
Play it right.
His income was $14,000.
$14,000. He put 20% away.
A year.
20% of his annual income, take away income, into the stock market for 50 years. And he ended up with $77 million.
But his income was $14,000.
Yep.
Annually.
You know how booty that is?
That was in 1900s.
1900s.
I missed that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was 1990.
Well, you said 1990 earlier, but earlier. Like
1900s.
1900s. Yeah. So like 14,000. Yeah. Nowadays that's.
It wasn't like
it wasn't like over $1,000 a month. I'm like,
you can't live on.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's not today's time. Not today's time.
I was like, oh gosh.
That would have been. Yeah.
But it's just crazy to think, because that was 50 years. So. If you think about year 40, I bet you he probably had a million.
That's the compounding effect.
He probably had $1 million. And those last 10 years got him that $77 million.
And the thing is, compounding effect is so popular within like financial stuff, but literally apply it to every aspect of your life. If you, let's say, for example, you eat 175 calories less a day, but not like compounding after. You just eat 175 calories less than what you would have. Like, when you're walking by like the cupboard or something, don't grab a little snack or whatever. Just don't do that every day until you do that, or every day you don't do that. for, let's say, 30 months, that's when you will see a difference. And it adds up. Little things add up. And that's, if you have a bad habit and do it for a long time, the curve will go down. It's basically like, let's say 15 months go by. Everybody, let's say I am working out. Simon is just doing the same thing as he's always done. You pick a bad habit. We all are about the same. Like, you won't see any differences within like 15 months or blah, 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 20. And then after that, that's when it really starts to pick up. It's like a curve.
Exponential growth.
Exactly. Yep. And then let's say 31 months go by and the difference is crazy from where you started. So just that's why a lot of people quit on their goals early, because they don't see progress right away. Yeah, they don't. You have to keep doing it. And that's exactly what Simon has been doing for years now. And it's finally showing, and people are like,
congrats, by the way, dude.
What pill have you taken? You know? So
yeah, what's the secret, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Just let me know. Jeez.
But it's just hard work and dedication. Consistency is literally key. I know people say that all the time, but it's true, and nobody is willing to put in the work. And I mean, Simon's a prime example of that. Now you just look at him and you're like,
congrats, man. Like, wow. It's just seeing you
I've
change.
been working out for probably 4 years now consistently. And I feel like the past year people have been like, oh, wow, you've gotten like a lot taller and bigger. And I'm like, it's
just been working on it for the past 8 years. No biggie. Thanks for noticing now. Wow. It's almost crazy to think. And it's just like seeing it like happen. It's like, wow. It really is consistency when it comes down to it. You just have to be consistent with it. With anything.
And that's the hardest thing. And it's like, even the little things add up in the long run. But it's just hard to keep doing it every single day, Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'll go back to my example real quick. Like, getting in the gym still isn't that easy for me. Like, sometimes I'm just like, no, I just want to sleep in. Mm-hmm. And the hardest thing is going to grab my keys and going. I mean, once you're there, you're going to get the work done.
See, exactly.
Starting the process is the hardest part.
Your goal should be just to step foot in the gym.
The door.
By then, you can walk out, but you're not going to once you get there.
Once you're in there, it's just the mentality you have. You're going to get the work done.
The hardest thing is to get there.
Yeah, that's the biggest step. And that's like a lot of things, if you think about it. Even like, I noticed like, one of the things they taught me when I was taking my bartending course is like, you could train to be social. And the thing is, a lot of people are wired, like, they'll talk. People are friendly most of the time. And it's just like, they won't start a conversation, but if a conversation arose, they'll butt in or they'll give their 2 cents and they'll talk and they're open to it. And that's just back into, the same mindset. It's just, once they get their, that foot through the door, it's a lot easier.
And that's on facts.
And it's just true. I mean, you could... we just stringed it back to 2 different things.
Yep.
And it's just the big thing with people. It's just how we're wired, I guess, as humans. But
it's easier said than done. You just have to have the drive.
Yeah, you just
develop a daily routine that includes it. Like, I found that linking your goals. So let's say I want to like plan out my day. I want to be more focused with work. How to do that? I'll take a step back. Let's say I should plan out my day. So, like, I'm not just doing a lot of I'm not just scrolling through Twitter, like, I have a set of things to do. Yeah. Problem is, when am I going to make that list, Like, I might forget about it, and then I'm like, oh, crap, my whole day as well. Sure. The thing is to link a goal. So, link a task. So, something you do every day. Let's say you eat breakfast. With breakfast, you have your pen and paper right beside it. That's when you do it. You link it, because you won't forget to do it, So, just think of things that way, and... It will help. It definitely will help.
Definitely.
God, I that's one thing I should start doing too, is start structuring my day, because it's like all up in the air. It's just like, if someone asks me, what am I doing tomorrow? I don't know. I'm waking up, eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, but like I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you from here to here I'm doing this and this and this. I don't know.
Yeah, structure is definitely good.
And it's that's one thing I'd really like to get into, and just like, that's a good habit to have, like a good bad habit, I guess. Like, it's just having structure, and it's just, if someone asks me like, what am I doing later? I don't know, what do you have something you want to do later? Because we'll do that, I guess. But it's just like, I want structure, because I feel like it's it's just like it's healthier for you. I feel
First, just make a list of tasks needs to be done.
You know, I do a very good job of that in my mind, but I feel like writing it out would be a lot better.
Yeah.
So like yesterday, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to the Y, come back, make lunch for myself, take like a nap, take care of Luna, mow, do all this stuff. I'm gonna run at night. I just feel like writing it down on paper will just help me see like my day throughout a lot better.
And helps just crossing it off as you go.
I feel like that is just like the
biggest thing I think is right away in the morning, make your bed, because then you start off your day being successful, and then it just piles on.
See, I don't do that. I have a mentality that's just like...
I know people say it's bad to make your bed because apparently like...
Bed bugs, it doesn't let your bed...
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently, but I mean...
breathe.
See, I think it's just stupid because I'm just going to hop back in at the end of the night and I'm just going to mess it up again. Yeah. So, like, what's the point? No one's going to see my bed but me. So, like...
I think the point is just you're completing a small task and getting...
I feel that. But yeah, but it's just...
And that's what they do in the military and everything, too. But I'm guaranteed 90% of our audience agrees with you.
I'm just too stubborn to do it. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not going to make it because in 9 hours, I'm just going to lay back down. So, what's the point?
Or my afternoon nap.
Yeah, it's just like almost like, okay, so I did try to do that because I was like, man, maybe this is like just the magic bullet to like start my outlook on life. And I started doing it and I grew like a stigma. I was like, dude, like I just made this perfectly. I don't want to mess this up. So like I'd be like carefully like pulling the blankets back and just like, okay, like let's just barely pull it over me and not mess it up because like this is like nice and all that. But then I just went back to like my stubborn mindset. I'm like, this is stupid. Like I'm just gonna come back and by the end of the night.
Yeah, I mean, two different mindsets. It will work for some people, it won't work for some people. It's just if you have an open mindset about getting this little task done to start the day, then it'll help. If you have that mindset of this is stupid, I'm getting back into it, it's probably not going to do much. So, just all about that. But let's switch some gears now. I know we wanted to talk about some music.
Whoa, before we even go to that, it's completely off topic, but I know this is I don't know why it just crossed my mind. Okay, so your bed is in the corner of your room, correct?
Yep.
How do you make that? You know how hard that is?
Well, first off, mine's in the corner of the room too, and I struggle.
That's
putting sheets on and all that, and like it's just a pain.
I don't understand people that do that.
It's a pain.
You know how hard that is to make.
I left about 6 inches or whatever.
See, I don't.
That's still difficult though.
Mine's against the corner, like the very corner.
That's horrible.
And it is awful. But I know your
wasted space.
His bed is in the middle of the room.
Well, not in the middle. Against the wall. You know how weird that...
Okay, not just the centerpiece of the room, but I know yours is in the middle.
Yes.
And... I heard a lot of people, there's a stigma going around on the internet that guys with the beds in the middle of the room have their life together and guys with the bed in the corner don't. And I think it's a low.
I know what we're doing after this.
Yeah, I'm moving my bed to the middle, dude. But like, I don't know. I don't know. What do we think about that? Like the whole corner versus middle bed thing.
It's just personal preference. If you have it in the corner, it's unwasted space. If you have it in the middle, then you have it more attention to your bed than
with like I mean like I could see it when I'm like 30 and have a wife or something where they like you have 2 sides of the bed, you have each nightstands and stuff, but like I'm living the bachelor life, man. Like I don't need someone to go the other way of the bed. I just crawl into the bed by myself,
Yeah.
And it's like a safe, it's in the corner, so I don't have to. It's less space, like you said, and like
do you find it comforting with the wall right beside you?
No, I don't. I hate it.
Really?
Matter of fact, I hate it. I cannot sleep. I swear to God, I cannot sleep facing the wall. I have to have my back against the wall. I can't do it. Like I'll lay there and I'll try. I'm like I'm too uncomfortable.
See, when I was a kid, I had it against the wall for a while. It was comforting to me, like it was safe because like I knew that side was protected.
Bro, the monsters aren't coming on that side.
That's my mentality. Yeah. No one can the boogeyman can't sneak up on me. Yep. That's what I was thinking. And I low-key I'm like, dude, what if someone's just right behind me, just watching me? And I can't do it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. Like I can't, and I just feel like with like apartments and stuff, I mean, you guys are moving in. Well, you have a house, but a suite, and I feel like the rooms aren't big. Like I feel like you can't do like a middle bed thing almost,
Well,
like
in
you
a dorm room, you kind of just gotta.
Well, in a dorm room, that's different. Yeah, you just get what you get. You get the hand that you get dealt. But like, I mean, like apartments and stuff. I'm talking to my buddies, and they're like, "Yeah, like my room is tiny. Like I'm talking bed, desk. That's it."
Yeah.
And it's just like. I don't know. I think it's a stupid argument first off, but yeah, but my bed's in the corner of the room. So, so if that says something, that says something. But
yeah. All right, so let's just get into this music thing. Music is very popular along our generation. Streaming has now just become kind of the main platforms, as you either kind of have Spotify or Apple Music, and kind of just pick one over two. So I guess just to hop right into it, Taylor Swift just dropped a new album not too long ago. I haven't really listened to much of it. I kind of just hit shuffle play on the top 50. And one of the songs that I actually really like is Exile, but I like it because of Bon Iver. I don't know if you guys have heard who Bon Iver is.
Yep.
But
I heard that one.
I have no idea.
But he has an amazing voice. Yeah, no, I never heard of him until this. Bon Iver has an amazing voice in Exile. And it doesn't really, the song doesn't really connect with my part of life that I'm in right now. It's kind of like a sad, like you're in exile, you just lost someone that you love. But I really like the vocal aspect of that song. And just Taylor Swift is an amazing artist, and she knows how to write and sing songs too. I haven't really listened to many of her other things, but what are your guys' thoughts?
I heard Exile. I really like it. For some reason, sad songs have a place in my heart somewhere. Like I can be the happiest, happy mood, but it's like they're just so good.
It's just like, I don't know. It's just, they speak to you almost like on a spiritual level. Like there'll be nothing wrong with me through the day. I'll get in my car and I'll go on a drive. I got to listen to sad music and I'll be the happiest I've ever been. And I don't know why. It's just like, they're talking about like their girlfriends breaking up or like depression and stuff. I'm just like, cool. Like,
like the song.
I don't know why. It's just like, it speaks to you in your soul, I feel like, almost.
All right. So for me, I actually just found this song on TikTok. Okay. So this guy was promoting it because he currently works at Verizon. His name is Tai Verdes or whatever. I can't.
Never heard of him.
I don't know his last name, how to say it, but his song is called "Stuck in the Middle." I actually recently
made a design for it. I saw that. I was going to say that rings a bell.
He's very underrated. Song is amazing. I suggest our listeners listen to it.
Is that on our playlist?
It is not yet.
Okay, well,
I will add it right now. But what about you, Eric?
So recently I've been like, so for the longest time, I just like a big rap guy. I only listen to rap, like everything, right? And I'm like, man, I should give other music a chance, because for the longest time I was like, I hate country music. Like I just hated it. But change of heart, I'm getting into country, which is crazy. I think, into country, Kenny Chesney, Sam Hunt, Russell Dickerson, like all those,
country is evolving to more like a pop. Yeah. So it appeals to more people now.
That's how I got into it. I was listening to Florida Georgia Line and all of them, which I guess in the country scene is not considered country. But it's the bridge between, and then I'm getting into the country.
No, I love that. I have songs for you, dude.
Okay, good, because I
listen to Thomas Rhett.
Yeah, of course, amazing. Obviously, that's a big one. But I'm getting into the country, and
interesting.
Branching out.
Luke Combs is a great one.
Luke Combs, got that on my playlist. Yeah. Also oldies. I started listening to oldies more, just feel good songs everyone's listened to before, Beatles,
Elvis.
Doobie Brothers, all those Kansas, just songs everyone's heard or have heard or know the words to them. Just feel good kind of upbeat songs. And I'm just giving music just more of a chance and kind of just branching out instead of just sticking to one genre.
Yeah, another thing that I think is kind of slipped on in the music industry is, people always talk about the music culture, but I feel like a lot of the music culture is negative and almost bad, as to where if we're talking about rap and pop, all these pressure and all the drugs and negative stipulations that come with music too is kind of hard to see.
Stigma, yeah.
I know my personal favorite artist is Post Malone, and he almost fell on stage and his eyes were rolling back just because of
I heard about
the
that.
drugs that he was on, and
I thought
it's
he
just
was
sad
just like
to see the things like that happen. And obviously, I think we all know who Juice WRLD is, and just to see that passing of Juice, an amazing
peace,
talent,
man.
just died way too soon because of kind of like, you know, the culture that music creates, especially rap, and just all the drugs that are just in it. And it's just really sad because I know Juice for me was
oh my gosh.
an all-time great, honestly, and he was just so young and he had so many good things. I mean, while we're on that point, I don't want to talk about the lowness of music all that much. Juice's new album
Oof.
is amazing.
Amazing.
I love his
Legends
new
Never
work.
Die. A deluxe is coming. Sorry to cut you off, but they announced they're coming soon with the deluxe.
And it's just crazy. I've heard so many stories about Juice just hopping in the booth and he's
And
just
just
like
spitting. Yeah,
freestyling. And then he's like, okay, like that's a good song. He's like, no, I'm gonna keep going. Like,
Yeah.
And he just do one take songs, and they'd be hits. And I just hear other rappers talking about him and how it was just crazy to hear that they were like, other rappers were giving him that, like, yeah, he's one of the greatest freestylers I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's just it was so much untapped potential, I feel like, with him, because like just countless interviews, people would be like, yeah, he just sits down, he gets like a beat and he raps over it, and then he's like, I'm gonna do another one, and like both of them are good, and they're like, that would have taken me 3-4 months to do. I think Little Dicky said that on an interview. He's
Little
like,
Dicky.
that would have taken me 3 months to do, and he just did it in 2 minutes, you know. And he does like 2-3 versions of it, and he's like, I like this one. And it's just like, just that talent that the kid had. And it's just, it's crazy to think that it's just like, he was so young too. I mean, he was 20, right? I think when he passed?
He just turned 21.
20. No.
He was 20?
I think he was 20 or 21. He was like a few years older than us.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy. And I feel like before he died, he had a really bad rap of, you know, not being this super nice guy. But, you know, they had a few interludes on the last album that he had. And he just kind of talked about problems that he had or the world had. And he just kind of was thanking God for the gift that he gave him. And he was just thanking all of his fans and how he couldn't do them without them. And I feel like that's a different side we probably wouldn't have heard unless, you know, Juice passed away. And it was just kind of cool to hear that side of how he's like, yeah, you know, like people struggle with depression and money issues and drug abuse, but there's a lot more to life than that. Mm-hmm. And how he was thanking God just for the gifts that he gave him and being able to use his platform to help others. And I thought that was really cool to hear that side of Juice that we maybe wouldn't have heard before.
He was if you listen to like any of his interviews when he was alive, I guess, he was a very heartful guy. Like he even started like his own foundation. He donated a lot of his, like the 999 Foundation. Because that's his like label or his like image, I guess, is like 999. And he has like a 999 foundation that still donates to this day, and they like help kids like struggle and all that through like depression and all that, and like help them get back on their feet and like, you know, live life how they should be. And they're still pushing that, and he's always pushing positivity and all that, and he's just like a really wholesome guy. Like I wish like if someone was like, a genie just appeared right here and was like, you could talk to one person in the world, anyone, like one of them, like Juice WRLD maybe wouldn't be number one, but he would be like top 3, like ever, because he's just like very wholesome like nowadays, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, music is such a powerful thing. It can speak to us in so many different ways, and so many people connect onto it in different levels, whether it be spiritual, mental. You know, it just makes you feel a certain way.
I feel like it definitely has a healing.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Music is definitely a healing medicine.
For sure. Yeah.
For a lot of people. One of my big artists that I listen to is NF. And, you know, he just talks about how people would come up to him at shows and be like, your music saved my life.
Yeah.
Like,
very hard.
What you go through, what you struggle with, you know, it made me connect with it. And, you know, how his mom passed away, and he just talks about that struggle. And it's just cool to see that, you know, he's impacting lives like that. And it can just, he like literally save people's lives. He told people that they were going to commit suicide, but they were listening to his music and they felt something and they decided that they weren't going to.
Yeah, especially with like NF, like his music is very, you can tell it's very passionate.
Oh yeah,
like through his lyrics and his tone, like it's just the way he carries himself. It's
NF is definitely the most heartfelt guy in the music industry. I think if you listen to music, he's like, I'm not in it for the money. Like this is literally what I do, and I do it for you guys. Like I do it for you guys, and I do it for myself. it's a therapy for himself and therapy for others.
You can really tell, like, he pours his heart out almost. Like, he really, really wants it to be good. Like, he's not in it, like you said, for, like, the money or the fame or anything. All. Like, he's really, like, passionate, and he just puts his 110% into his video.
I know if it's all I listen to when I work out, and I'm not just I listen to, like, an hour and a half every single day. And I would say in every other song, he's like, I'm not in this for the money or, like, the clout. Like, I could, like, screw that. Like, I'm in this to help myself and help you guys. And I think that's so genuinely cool. And then he talks about the problems, like, you know, at one point, like, I did want the money. And then I became a millionaire, and I realized, like, it's nothing. That's not what, it doesn't make me happy. Mm-hmm. So it's cool to see, like, music has such a good aspect of it that can help and heal so many people. And, you know, if you guys are struggling with something, I would definitely encourage you to listen to some music and, you know, maybe more uplifting music that can help you lift your spirits up and realize that tough times don't last forever. Only tough people do. So, you know, it'll come through.
Sure.
And, you know, not all your problems will be solved, but, you know, there's people there for you and people that are love you and stuff. So music's definitely a good tool to utilize.
I feel like music, like the music industry, is just one of those things that's, like, very overlooked almost. Like, it almost seems like music, it's just like, oh, you could make a song and it would just be like a hit. But, like, there's a lot more that goes into making music than just, like, going into a booth and just saying stuff that rhymes, you know? Like, it's heartfelt. Like, you got to really, like, touch all the bases, like, with your audience and all that. And it's just, you really have to be passionate about it. You can't just, like, not everyone can do it, you know? It's just, you can't just record a song and just be the next big guy. You really have to, like, want it. Almost.
Yeah. You know, one of the craziest things that I've seen is Billie Eilish, one of her songs, Ocean. I always thought it was auto-tuned, and just because there was so many layers and it just sounded, like, so crazy. And then I saw a video of this producer breaking it down, and she took 16 harmonies. So she did 16 different takes, 16 different flow patterns of notes, and combined it all into one harmony for about, like, 10 seconds. And it is so beautiful, and it was crazy to see. And, you know, everyone's just giving her a bunch of crap, like, oh, that's automatically, like, that's auto-tune, you know? Sure. That's auto-tune. She's not even trying that hard. Except it's the exact opposite, and you just don't know, like, what those people go through to make us these good music. And, you know, a lot of the times you get to listen to the music for free, which is
I think what's crazy is that I could listen to an artist, though, and, like, I hear a song, I'm like, I don't know. But then you actually look at the behind the scenes or, like, their story and stuff, and then you listen to it again, and it's whole different.
You connect to it on a different
outlook.
I think that's very special too.
Yeah, it's almost like like you really, like, almost like a peer-to-peer, like you're a friend with artists, like you really understand them. And it's just, like, it truly is, like, a form of art. That's why we call them artists. And it's just, it's not, you can't just slouch on it.
Yeah, like, that was really, me with Jon Bellion. You showed me behind the scenes. Yeah. And I just fell in love with the guy.
And it's just, like, crazy.
The way he makes music and how passionate he gets into it, you know, is just crazy.
And that is just, like, he has, especially him, he's got a love for music. Yeah. And it's just, he really cares about it. And it's just the behind the scenes you can connect. And it's just, like, yeah, it's almost like that. Like, you're sitting here talking to them almost, or, like, you're resonating with them so much. And that, at the end of the day, that's just another person, you know?
I think more artists should have some more behind the scenes stuff when they're making songs, you know?
Yeah, like, kind of just like a look into how they do it.
It really helps you connect to.
For sure.
Well, you don't even think about, like, all the work that goes into music nowadays, you know? Like, it's a whole-on production. Like, it's not just a quick in and out thing. So...
yeah, we can wrap it up here. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about in this episode?
Jumping back, I know this is way back, but hobbies. I just really, it was crossing my mind, and I just want to get out there. This might be weird to you guys, but I am going to start swimming. Is that...
It's good for my cardio.
You were a swimmer back in the day.
I was a big swimmer. I learned to swim when I was, like, 4.5.
Yeah.
Like, I was quick to learn it, and, like...
Swimming's great cardio. So
yeah, and
it really is.
It's just one of those things that's... I think, hot take, it should almost be, like, illegal if you don't know how to swim. Like, you mean to tell me I'm going to take you fishing, and you fall off the boat, and you don't know how to, like, float or... Like, I get, like, everyone has phobias and stuff, but, like, dude, it's just... I feel like it's one of those... It's like riding a bike. Like everyone should know how to do it.
I mean, I wouldn't go that
can't make
far,
it
but-
illegal.
Dude,
bro.
okay, yeah, not like
You're not
literally,
liable
but
if
like,
someone drowns on your boat.
I just think it's bizarre. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like riding a bike. I feel like everyone should learn how to do it.
I think
It's a
everyone
very
should
good
learn
skill.
how to do it.
Yes.
But
And
definitely don't make it.
I do, okay, not that extreme, but like, it's just bizarre. And it's just
Yeah.
like, it's one of those things I feel like doesn't get enough light almost. Like,
Swimming.
I feel like, I don't know, it's just like a really good form of exercise.
It is.
How many people say they like swim seriously? Not like, I'm not talking Michael Phelps, but like as an exercise. Like
1%.
that's
of the
what I'm
population.
saying. And I just feel like it's just like almost like I really enjoy it. I'm not sweating bullets when I do it. I'm in a pool of cold water, which I really enjoy. Like, it's just, I don't know. And I was a swimmer back in the day. I'm going to pick it up hopefully. And I want to bring it back. And swimming. It's just like I think it should be way more popular.
Yeah.
But
It definitely is. I mean, back when 40s and 50s, when pools weren't that accessible, or stuff was more expensive back then, and people didn't have enough expendable money, people weren't getting swimming lessons, and that's when you learn as a kid. I know a few of my grandmas don't know how to swim very well, just because they didn't have the access.
sure. And
stuff.
that's with the generations and stuff. But I mean, like modern day, like,
Yeah, modern day, definitely.
there's almost no excuse.
You
I
need
feel like.
you need to have your kids learn how to swim. That's
Like-
just a survival skill.
Yeah, it's just like it's just bizarre, and I get like some people have phobias of like I even have a phobia of like I looked it up, and it's like the phobia of like the unknown, and I'm not scared of the ocean.
Everyone has that.
I'm not scared of the ocean. I'm scared of the stuff in the ocean. Like, you know what I mean?
So you're scared of the ocean.
I'm not. The water doesn't scare me. I'm scared of like the crazy stuff that could be at the bottom of it.
Or 2 feet below your feet.
That's what I'm saying, and I can't see.
Yeah.
You know what I
have the
mean?
same fear.
Or like even
Everyone
sometimes
does.
at lakes, when I go like
Lakes, and it's
tubing and
like-
stuff, like I fall off
And
the
it's
tube.
like cloudy and stuff too, though. And
I fall off the tube and the boat is like way off in the left field. And I'm like, man, I gotta sit here. Like, what if a shark just comes under me? Just the next Jaws poster is me. You know, like, yeah. But I just like, it's
That'd be
just,
pretty crazy, bro. That'd be the most clout you'd ever get.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Next Jaws coming? Maybe. I don't know. But like, even that, like, but then again, I
real events.
I just still like swimming, like past all that. And it's just, I don't know. Swimming. I'm going to get into it. That's my goal. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to get back into swimming.
Well, I guess if we're doing goals, then your goal is getting back into swimming. My
Yes.
goal is to move into my house on Tuesday and get everything set up. I got to get quite a few things set up, and then I got to pay my bills for electricity and utilities and Excel. So kind of just get settled into my house. That's my goal.
Adult stuff.
My goal is to set up the bank accounts and find out where I should set up the bank accounts. So it's a pretty simple one, but
It's a lot of research and all that.
Yeah, so if you made it this far, thank you again for listening to our podcast. It is available on YouTube and Spotify. And
Spotify,
podcasts.
Apple Music,
Apple Podcasts, I think.
Apple
it's
Podcasts,
Yeah,
Google
Apple.
Podcasts. Link is in our Instagram. It'll be in the show notes and everything. So.
I'm pretty sure if you just search TZ Podcast, I
If
don't
you-
think a lot comes out.
Yeah, so thank you again,
Besides
guys,
us,
for
so.
listening. We encourage you guys to set your goals, and remember always to seek the positive. Better days are ahead if you're in some gloomy ones right now. But again, thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.